Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are breaking down a seriously fascinating concept from AI automation expert Nate Herk. We're looking at his system for taking all those scattered everyday apps you use and replacing them with a single centralized AI operating system. We're going to see exactly how he transformed Claude Opus 4.8 from just, a simple chatbot into a complete second brain that literally runs his businesses. Okay, so let's dive right into this massive paradigm shift. Just imagine this for a second. Reaching for a single coding tab, like VS Code, to do all of your daily work, instead of immediately opening up Chrome or frantically bouncing between 5 different desktop apps. It's a fundamental change in how we actually interact with our tech. You're no longer context switching all day. Instead, you're living inside a single environment where your AI acts as a true, dedicated executive assistant. Now, here is a really crucial reminder. The AI model itself, it isn't king. I mean, everybody has access to Opus 4.8 or the latest massive model, right? If the AI was the king, everyone would be getting these viral, magical results every single time they logged on. But the truth is, stateless AI models are essentially like amnesiacs. They start completely fresh every single session. The actual king is your context. Your unique business data is the fuel that makes that standardized AI engine actually run effectively for you. We've got a lot of exciting material to get through today, so here's our roadmap. We're looking at 1. Meet your AI operating system, 2. The 4 C's framework, 3. Organizing your digital brain, 4. The risks of autonomy, 5. The bike method, and finally, 6. Finding your North Star.
Section 1. Meet your AI operating system. Let's just start with the foundational mindset shift you need to make this all work.
If you're currently treating a tool like Claude as just a basic coding assistant, or maybe a simple brainstorming chat window, you are really missing out on its true potential. An AI operating system becomes a reality when you start feeding it your meeting transcripts, your Slack threads, your ClickUp tasks, all your emails. When the system can organically see all of this information, you don't even have to remind it of the context. It remembers what you discussed last week faster and way more accurately than you can, transforming into a deeply embedded executive assistant. Section 2, the 4 C's framework. So with that mindset set, let's look at the actual architecture required to build this thing out.
To build this, you need a specific mental model, and that's the 4 C's framework. Each layer here directly builds on the previous one. First up, context. This ensures the AI knows exactly what your business does. Second, connections, which define the tools it can actually reach into. Third, capabilities. These represent the custom skills it uses to do your work in your specific style. And finally, cadence, which turns those capabilities into automated background actions. Now, you absolutely cannot build a cadence until you have the other 3 locked in. But together, they transform an isolated chatbot into a fully autonomous engine.
Section 3, organizing your digital brain. All right, let's demystify the tech side of things and see how this digital brain is actually organized on a day-to-day basis. Now, building this out isn't about, connecting 100 different tools on day 1. You start by simply auditing your week. Ask yourself, where do you go to look for things? Where are your revenue figures living? Where are your tasks? So you identify your core hubs. Maybe that's ClickUp for project management or QuickBooks for finance. Then you just connect those tools to your AI one by one, systematically mapping your physical workflows right into your digital brain. The real beauty of this is that you shouldn't stress about the setup. It's truly tool agnostic. At the end of the day, it's all just local files and folders sitting right there on your machine. You can organize it into clear, simple categories like agents, decisions, and other worlds, which are basically your standalone projects. And because it's all just files, your AI can just crawl through them, reorganize them, and instantly locate a document in seconds. This completely ends those frustrating daily scavenger hunts where you're trying to remember, wait, did they send that on Slack or was it an email? And get this, the system actually helps you improve it. You can run an internal command, something like a simple /insights, to generate a full report on your last 30 days of sessions. This lets you and your AI actively brainstorm improvements to your own workflow. It highlights exactly where your bottlenecks are, what features you aren't using nearly enough, and provides quick wins to make your operating system even more efficient. It is essentially an OS that constantly audits and optimizes itself. How cool is that? Section 4, the risks of autonomy. Now here is the crucial point. Moving up that AI pyramid, going from simple workflows to fully autonomous agents dramatically increases your operational risk. 150,000. That is the exact number of accidental promotional emails that were mistakenly sent to real customer inboxes by a rogue AI agent in Nate's own business. And no human told the agent to send those emails. It proactively misinterpreted a basic to-do list task, drafted the emails, and just executed them. This is the very real reality of handing over the keys to autonomous systems. Which brings us to an incredibly important rule when organizing your AIOS. Instructions are not the same thing as capabilities. Just telling an AI, hey, do not send emails, isn't going to be enough if you've still handed the agent the physical key, like API access, to actually hit send. You have to scope your AI's access carefully based on what you actually want it to be capable of doing. You can totally outsource the heavy lifting and the thinking, but you must completely retain the understanding and control of what your system can touch. Section 5. The bike method. So let's look at a method that builds a framework for safely creating these automated skills, without causing total disasters. This is what Nate calls the bike method. Building an AI skill is exactly like teaching a kid to ride a bike. On day one, you don't just strap a helmet on them, give them a push, and walk away, right? You hold the handlebars. You actively correct their steering. You guide them through the workflow step by step. Over time, as that skill gets refined and you start seeing consistent, safe results, then you take off the training wheels. You phase your trust slowly, correcting mistakes until true autonomy is fully earned. The most practical way to build these automated skills is actually to reverse engineer them. First, just complete a complex task manually with your AI. Once you get that perfect output, look back at your conversation history. Ask yourself, what did the AI actually need to know? What specific questions did it ask? Then, you turn that entire successful history into a repeatable prompt, like a custom /command. For instance, you could create a session handoff command that automatically summarizes open decisions and files whenever you need to clear your current context.
Section 6. Finding your North Star. We've covered the tech and the safety protocols, so let's finalize the ultimate goal of adopting this AI operating system.
To get the real return on investment here, you absolutely have to stop treating AI as just a chatbot. When faced with a complex task, human nature totally defaults to comfortable manual habits. We naturally think, oh, I'll just pull this report manually because I already know how to do it. Instead, you need to shift to treating your AIO as a mentor. You need to start bringing your manual processes directly to the AI and asking, how is it possible to automate this? Let it test those new ideas with you.
But keep in mind, building these skills takes time. When you stop your fast, manual process to build an AI skill, you are going to experience a short-term productivity cost, usually about a 20% dip. And you just have to accept this temporary slowdown to teach your system. Because once that skill is fully locked in, you hit that third phase, the long-term automation climb, where your output scales massively. And remember, true productivity is about actually moving the needle toward your goals. It is incredibly easy to get distracted by building visually stunning dashboards in tools like Obsidian. But listen, if a highly visual dashboard doesn't directly improve your North Star metrics, like increasing your monthly recurring revenue, you frankly don't need it. Simple, text-based files and folders are very often all you need to maintain a highly effective, frictionless operating system. So, as you begin funneling all of your business context into a single, centralized source of truth, I want you to ask yourself this. Are you truly building a second brain that seamlessly drives your goals? Or are you just recklessly outsourcing your understanding? Take the time to audit your workflows, phase your trust safely using the bike method, and let your AI mentor help you reach your North Star. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer, and keep exploring the incredible potential of these tools.